The glory begins with Yeo-young preparing the small details of his new clinic. He's remembering the night Dong-yoon opened himself to him. Dong-yoon told him about her interest in Do-young. She wants Yeon-jin to be alone by the time she's done with her revenge. He provided Dong-yoon with the key to his home and asked her to come and see him whenever she wants, and to make a decision on the go board of his home. He will know that she came and that he is alright, even if she doesn't call her right to him. In another scene, Do-young is looking through her old photos to find out more about her friend Yeon-jin's relationship with her high school classmates. He asked her if she talked to Jae-jun or Myung-ah a lot. She told him that she didn't have a good relationship with Myung-ah and asked if he threatened her. Do-young is suspicious of her reaction and says that all of her friends reacted the same way when he mentioned Myung-oh. Yeon-jin looks at the places he went recently and finds out that he went to Jae-jun's golf club. Hyun-nam's investigation continues, and she visits Yeon-jin's and her mother's regular to shaman. However, the shaman doesn't give her any useful information. Later, she assists Dong-yoon in figuring out the real reason behind the men who followed her and tried to blackmail her. She spies on them after they pick up Dong-yoon's money and find out they work for a police chief who's close with Yeon-jin's family. Dong-yoon begins to suspect they might be involved in Myung-oh's disappearance. She informs Hyun-nam it would be better for them to find his body first if Myung-oh is really dead. She remembers the agreement she made with Myung-oh. He wanted Yeon-jin to confess to killing So-hee, but he disappeared before he could get her confession. She believes Yeon-jin murdered Myung-oh because she threatened to expose her as So-hee's killer. Yeo-young's mother has to take care of him while he's in the hospital. She's in shock when she receives a letter from her husband's killer. He's in jail now, and he's been sending her cruel letters telling her how he liked killing his father. He is still filled with rage and sorrow over this terrible loss, and sometimes fantasizes about stabbing the murderer to death. This is one of the reasons he has been in therapy. But he stops going to his therapy sessions after he moved to Simyeong. The next day, Dong-yoon goes to meet Sa-ra at her father's church to get the money she asked for. Sa-ra says that God is with her because she has already confessed her sins. Dong-yoon laughs and tells Sa-ra that she hopes she will go to heaven because she is going to make her life hell. Sa-ra asks her what she means and what she is going to do, but she just walks away. When Dong-yoon visits Hyun-nam's daughter for an assessment test, she tells her that she wants to send her to the US to study because she can't teach her anymore. Dong-yoon plans to use Sa-ra's money. Meanwhile, Ha Yi-sol tells Do-young that her teacher was in the same class as Yeon-jin, his mother, in high school, which makes Do-young even more curious about Ha Yi-sol's teacher, and he promises her that he'll go to the daddy's event that's coming up in her classroom. He is not the only one curious. Jae-jun is concerned about what kind of a man Do-young is, and tries to get information from Hye-jeong. During her wedding dress fitting, Hye-jeong tells him that he is a nice son of a bitch, and you need to look closely to know him. Hye-jeong also has worries. She is disconcerted after the damaging photos she received from Myung-oh. She opts to check his apartment and runs into Sa-ra, who had the same idea. Sa-ra finds her drugs, but Hye-jeong gets no answers. Sa-ra shows him the plane ticket and tells her that Myung-oh planned to leave, but he seems to be missing. They report this information to Yeon-jin, who asks them to report the matter to the police if they are worried about him. They discuss their last conversations with Myung-oh and Yeon-jin leaves. She tries to play it calm, but she is clearly shaken. Yeon-jin is also worried about what Do-young and Jae-jun talked about. She tries to reach him, but he is not picking up her phone calls or replying to her messages. She decides to check his place, but he is not there either. After numerous tries, he finally picks up her call and sets a meeting to see her later. Jae-jun visits Ha Yi-sol's school and promises to protect her. He calls his lawyer and asks to meet to discuss how he can get back his rights as Ha Yi-sol's father. The lawyer explains to him that he has no chance of getting recognized as the father unless the couple in question gets a divorce. He later meets with Yeon-jin and chokes her in anger as he confronts her about Ha Yi-sol. Yeon-jin is shocked but distracts him with sex to calm him down. As Jae-jun plots to get his daughter back, Hye-jeong tries to win her mother-in-law-to-be. This proves to be a bit difficult as the lady is acquainted with Dong-yoon. She was hoping Dong-yoon would be her daughter-in-law and can't stand Hye-jeong. Hye-jeong realizes she is in deep trouble and asks to talk with Dong-yoon. At the end of the episode, Daddy's event in Ha Yi-sol's class takes place. and both Do-young and Jae-jun attend. Jae-jun acts like he came to visit Dong-yoon, who he refers to as an old high school friend. Do-young is shocked to see Dong-yoon is the teacher in question. It doesn't help either that Jae-jun keeps trying to get under his skin with his snide comments.